Hey Pokemon fans, we're back with another episode of Top 10 Pokemon Cards. For today's list, we're going to be counting down the top 10 Stage 2 Water-type Pokemon. Occupying the 10th spot on our list is Walrein. With 140 hit points, Walrein puts up a nice defensive front. On the attacking side, Aurora Beam is a terrific first attack that deals 80 points of damage for only 3 energy cards. Ice Entomb is also a great second attack since it paralyzes the defending Pokemon. Between the two, you can do 140 points of damage without fear of retaliation. That's a terrific 1-2 punch that makes Walrein deserving of our number 10 spot. Up next is Politoed. While 130 hit points of defense and 70 points of damage on its first attack isn't all that impressive, we like Politoed so much because of its King Song ability. King Song allows you to simply keep this Politoed on your bench and then do other attacks with Poliwhirl cards like Finishing Blow, Wave Splash, or Double Slap for 0 or 1 energy cost. That makes Politoed a great companion Pokemon card, and we think deserving of our number 9 spot. Landing in at number 8 is Samurott. Waterfall is a decent first attack that does 50 points of damage for only 2 energy cards. While Destructive Whirlpool requires a bunch of energy, it does attack with 80 points of damage and requires the opponent to discard an energy. That's a helpful attack that can prevent your opponents from hitting back with everything they got, which is why we think Samurott deserves the number 8 spot on our list. Landing in at number 7 is Empoleon. Dignified Fighter is a terrific ability that is akin to putting a Muscle Band item card on each of your basic Pokemon for free. Hydro Splash is also a super efficient attack that only takes 2 energy cards and deals 70 points of damage. Add in 140 points of defense and we think Empoleon is a solid Stage 2 Water-type Pokemon. Up next is Blastus. Deluge allows you to attach as many Water-type energy cards from your hand to one of your Pokemon as you can, which means you can turbocharge your Pokemon's energy gatherings abilities. Hydro Pump is also capable of doing up to 100 points of damage with 4 water energy cards, but you can also speed up the attack by using just 2 double colorless energy cards. That optionality plus 140 points of defense is why Blastus lands at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Feraligatr. With 150 points of defense, this Stage 2 Pokemon can take a beating before calling it quits. Hyper Whirlpool is a wonderful first attack that does 60 damage and can potentially remove a bunch of energy cards from your opponent if you could manage to flip several heads in a row. However, this Pokemon card ranks so highly on our list because Second Strike does 80 damage up front and then can do 160 on the next blow. That's 240 points of damage from only 2 shots, which is big enough to KO even Mega EX opponents. Up next is Poliwrath. You might think we've gone mad ranking this Pokemon so highly, but since Dashing Punch does up to 100 points of damage with only 1 energy card, we think that's tough to beat. Whirlpool is also a solid second attack that does 80 damage and forces them to discard an energy, which makes it hard for them to get stronger. That's a nice 1-2 punch that makes Poliwrath a top card. Landing at number 3 is Primarina. We love that Disarming Voice confuses the Pokemon while also dishing out 30 points of damage, and 150 hit points of defense is quite strong. But we think that Primarina is deserving of our number 3 spot because of Sparkling Aria. This attack deals 100 points of damage for only 3 energy cards and also heals 30 points of damage from the Pokemon. We've learned that Pokemon that can attack and heal at the same time can last a long time in this game, which is why we think that Primarina is a Stage 2 Water Pokemon that you should desire. Coming in at number 2 is Greninja. We are simply blown away that only 1 energy card is necessary to attack with Shadow Stitching. That allows you to do 40 points of damage while turning off all of your opponent's abilities for the next turn. As if that wasn't attractive enough, Moonlight Slash can also do up to 80 points of damage from just 1 water energy, which is an energy efficiency ratio that we rarely see in this game. Add in 130 points of defense, and we hope you understand why we think Greninja is one of the best Stage 2 Water-type Pokemon cards in the game. And finally, our number 1 spot today is reserved for Swampert, which is a Pokemon that has so much going for him it's hard to know where to begin. Let's start with his Growth ability, which lets you attach 2 energy cards to him in a single turn. That allows Swampert to get up to full strength in a flash. If that wasn't enough, Diving Search lets you put any card that you might need on top of your deck for the next turn, which makes it easy to get exactly what you need to build your deck. Finally, Hydro Pump can do 130 damage from just 3 water energy, and you can even increase that number from there by simply adding more. All in all, Swampert is darn close to being the perfect Pokemon card, which is why we think he deserves the #1 spot. Do you agree or disagree with this list? Let us know in the comment section below. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this.